Depending on the type of cab, I mean, a lot of them are going to be, say, an on or off highway vehicle, so it's going to be something to move the machine. Could be a steering wheel, it could be joystick controls that are fixed, could be whole seat controls, lighting controls, there's the environmental controls, could be like outriggers. Generally, like I said, whatever's going to move the machine. Often overlooked, it's electrical, and you've got to get wires from one place to the next. A lot of times, electrical is going to come towards the end of the project. Sometimes you'll have an understanding towards the beginning, but if you think about it, you start out, you're dealing with a mechanical structure. But if you look at some cabs, the controls may be at the front of the cab, they'll be at the back of the cab, they'll be at the roof of the cab. You have to get all of those wires from one place to the next. So it's often trying to find a way of maybe breaking the harness up or having ways to actually route the wires from, within the space that you have. I think it's sharing spaces. There'll be a lot of times where you may have wireway or chaseways that'll handle the ducting for the HVAC. You may have hydraulic hoses that are going to go through an area as well. And in that same space, you need to run electrical bundles. I guess one of the ways that we've done it is try to connectorize things. A big process that we do is like a connection points for the customer going into the cab. Some customers, they run the harness directly and then try to terminate all those wires. Whereas on our end of it, if we connectorize everything, now the customer has a defined harness set that goes into the back of the cab, and our test solution can go from those same connectors into the cab, which means we now have a tested solution, almost 100% tested from the outside to the in. Also programming as far as connection points. So if something is due to be programmed in the field, maybe an access point that you can get to it, as opposed to having to rip an entire dash apart to gain access to a programming connector. I mean, a lot of times we'll try to get those in a readily accessible place. Maybe you won't notice them, but they are there. So when you do need to do it out in the field, it's available to you.